Been out here.
How's the
Yeah,
reef?
we're live. Hey guys, so
How's
we're
the
live.
reef?
I just need to. The reef is good, man. It's pitch black. It's dark, total darkness. Wait a second. I'll just go live on Instagram too. Go live. So wait until we say everybody hello to everybody. Let's see if there's actually. It's just I'm not sure if the Americans on today. They already. Oh yeah, there's Macmillan is on. Here you go. Hi, mate. So we made it. So all right. So we have some people on Instagram. I can see all that stuff. You can't, um, because of StreamYard. So yep, Aquarium Connections joined too. Christian Farrell, Dita Gramzo. That's cool. Hey, Dita. That's good. That's good. Okay. So welcome to another Triton Live. This time very special. I'm on the boat. In total darkness, which Vincent Thomas, my mate from the UK, from London, a very old friend of mine, to be honest. And he's not very often in the spotlight. He's not. He did this for me today, I guess. That's pretty good. And Linda joined too. Okay, so that streaming thing works. I just want to show you that I'm on the boat actually here on the boat. See, I'm here. That's the drone down there. We'll run the drone. I did some for Instagram. When you're on Instagram, I did some just recent stories showing what we did already. Linda is cold. Linda, do you want to say hi? Yeah. Linda, Linda's cold. Linda just sitting next to me. So yeah, and we are here today to answer you some questions about coral spawning if you want, because we do some stuff with the Vincent for sure. And Vincent is running our lab in the UK. So Aquarium Connections was always our partner in the UK, and that was years ago. We put that lab right, gave it to Vincent because he's much better in it than me. He repaired it several times. So we both could work for Spectro as soon as we stop our career. They would right away take us. But it was like there was a lot of stuff. It was crazy. But I know Vincent for a long time now. So there was a no-brainer to give him the lab. And then he started to go on the way with his crew of the coral spawning stuff. So what would Vincent? Can you tell us, like, you're doing worldwide right now? You're putting up all this crazy spawning system, isn't it? Like, where
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, for
Maldives
sure.
is one, right? Where
Y-
else are you just doing now?
Well, we're actually in 22 locations around the world now. So
22.
from Saudi Arabia to the Maldives, out to Florida, Cayman Islands. We're all over, and not forgetting the UK. We've even got
Yeah.
a system in Essex University in the UK. But yeah, up to a total of just over 130 spawning systems now we've designed, manufactured, and distributed around the world. Safe to say that they all run the Triton system.
Yeah. Yeah.
the, the heartbeat
Um,
behind it
What,
all.
why is that, Vin? Why is that?
Well,
Why do they use Triton?
because he's my mate, man. Because he's my mate. He doesn't like it because he's my friend. That's why.
the best of the
No, I'm
best.
serious. I'm serious. Why? Yeah,
No,
why?
to be honest, it's obviously we specialise in building aquariums full stop, and we're obviously a wholesaler. So we set out to take the very best equipment and best supplemental system and put them on the systems. We're putting these systems out around the world. We need stuff that's going to be reliable, quality, and you know the technical side stuff that we're able to dial in with and assist the reef practitioners to do their job. But more than anything, the Triton system. I mean, a lot of the a lot of the systems that are running are using natural seawater flow through, but there's times when these systems have to be isolated, and having the Triton system on there and keeping it, more than anything, keeping it the same throughout every system just allows this synchronicity between different universities or restoration projects around the world to actually combine their information and compare results.
Yeah, I think it was kind of the start of it too. I remember with Jamie Craigs when he started. We were kind of the Triton stuff was all already running everywhere, you know, in his systems in Horniman Museum. That was like 10 years or over a decade, all Triton. And I think because it's so natural, it worked out. Like, this is what I really believe. Like, we try to be a very natural, like nature based kind of method, right? So it's kind of gone hand in hand. But we had a discussion with the guys from Reef HQ, which is not Reef HQ anymore. They call it the Great Barrier Reef Aquarium or something like that now, isn't it?
It's called
Cool.
Gabrumpa, which is Great Barrier Reef Marine Park Authority, which has always been the so it used to be called Reef HQ, which was the big public aquarium in Townsville, but that's always been kind of run and owned by the government, which is Gabrumpa. We call it Gabrumpa. That's our way of it.
But very Australian. But what it was, Vincent, was they said the same. Like, we're talking, and I said the same thing. I said, like, they have a big flow through kind of thing too, right? So because they're right next to the ocean, but they want it not to be like that. So that if something happens, a big tanker, whatever, oil spill, whatever happens, then they can shut it off and not run the water through it, right? And then they want to be sure that their system can still be stable, and that's for them Triton. So they're doing Triton, and then possibly I said to them, I mean, the best thing is fresh seawater, right? So, like, let's say 20% of seawater is going in there, but if something happens, you shut it, and you're still fine, because a Triton method will work without water changes. So it's kind of, I think it's a kind of hand-in-hand thing when it comes to security. And I saw the systems at your place, Matt. That was crazy too. I just want to say something to the guys that actually joined, because there's quite a bit of them. There's a lot of people on YouTube. Guys on YouTube. Mina is on too. Hey, Mina. So guys, if you have questions, shoot them. And everybody that is on YouTube or on Facebook, we cannot see you, so nobody can see that you joined. If you want to say hi, we say hi back, but otherwise you just enjoy. We're fine. But if you have a question, put it there. And the same counts for everybody on Instagram, right? So whoever has a question, just shoot it, and I'll just run it. And if you have a question to Vincent too, I'll read it for him. And Linda is there to check too, so don't worry about, we're not missing out on anything. So Peta is on there, Giuliano. Peta joined. Hey, Peta.
Petario.
So let's see. So Lawrence is on. Coral Supplies is on. So let's just see. Mina is asking, hello, are there any parasite associated with the coral spawning cycle? Any other overlapping life cycles? So who do I ask? Vincent, Julian? I mean,
Vincent, you start, Vincent. Do you see anything parasitic coming in with your lab?
So one of the key things is, obviously, it's a very stressful time for the parent colonies. You know, the colonies are following the lunar cycle as one of their triggers, but also its temperature. So generally speaking, the temperature rises, and these are expectant mothers, so they're going under a lot of stress. So you're going to put them in a situation where the water temperature is rising, which is going to lead naturally to a lot of stress and potentially parasitic infestation. But we don't see anything directly linked with the fact that they're carrying larvae or embryos. I think it's more than anything, these corals are just generally under a lot of stress at this time of
stressed out. Yeah. Giuliano, you saw anything? You will live here.
Listen, that is exactly. I mean, I don't ever profess to be specializing in coral spawning. Like, Ethan and I were laughing about this because we're dealing with some, and we'll talk about it more later. The JCU guys, we've been helping Dr. Katie with she's been getting actual colonies off the reef this time of year. We helped her. Ethan and I helped her set up a very basic system just to hold them for a short period of time, different to what you're doing, Vin. just to get them to spawn. They can collect the larvae and then do their work. But the whole thing is that like the parasites will always take advantage of stress. That can be fish, coral, every single thing, and
Yes.
what you just said then, Vin, is exactly what I would expect. When you're putting, especially during that stress of the spawning event, when the temperatures are up, they're putting so much energy into the actual producing the eggs, and all their energy is going into reproduction. It just drops their immune system down. And any parasite, to talk to Mina's question, any parasite that's present will take advantage of that opportunity.
Yeah.
Yes.
We
I would
actually, when we set up our seasonal table now, what we do, we put the seasonal table in place to encourage the spawning. But actually, the temperature would remain relatively high after that spawning period. But what we do now, we've learned that once they've spawned, we slowly bring that back down, and we'll actually start to increase the feeding and just give that nourishment back to the coral so we can hold on to the parent colonies,
Yeah, so I just want to tell you, because we have obviously a temperature sensor on this boat, right? A really good one. And we had we came out today at like 2 p.m. and we have a water temperature of 29 degrees right now. Like, it's pretty high, and in some places, I know from the satellites and stuff that the government is on, it's already 30 degrees. So it's gone. It's really hot, right? They're already warning us about storms and cyclones and stuff that will happen because of the hot water. But it's quite hot. And when you have a torch and run it down here, you can see all the spawn. It's absolutely crazy. Like, and then all the little fish gone absolutely nuts. They're eating. They're like, they're just. I mean, possibly I'll try to show you. Lindy, do we have the strong torch somewhere? Maybe I can do it somehow.
Try and show us, mate.
I try not to drop
my.
I try not to drop my laptop.
Don't drop your laptop,
mate. That drone went so good today. And Luan is so good in running it. So he actually that one. Let me try to get you a picture. Can you see that? Or maybe can you? Oh shoot! I'm really dropping it. Yeah, maybe you light it, and I hold the laptop before I just. Okay. I'm not sure if you can see it, but you can see all the little fish. Now you need to go on the fish, the blue fish. Yeah, see all the little fish. So it's all spawn, and then all the little fish are going crazy, and it's not yet full spawn too. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this water. Linda went in, and it's turbid, right? You can focus it a little bit more. Maybe they get a bit more light. No, you need to get that out, Linda. Yeah, and then try to. Can you see that more focused? That's a bit less. Yeah, here you go. Can you see it? As anyway, you need to be here. It's like, when you look at it, it's like millions of little fish everywhere. I'll go back to
my seat. Are the eggs pink?
Yeah, like pinkish eggs. Pinkish eggs, pinkish orangish. Like, I would say half. Yeah, pink orange. And then there is a lot of little, like a bit bigger ones. I would say a little bigger planktonic kind of things. They're also jumping out. They're super fast. You know what I mean? Like, it's you can't. Yeah, I can't. I need to video it. I tried to video it today. It's hard. It's quite difficult. That's kind of difficult stuff. Even you out here, it's so difficult.
Hey,
but there's.
He said.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh, sorry, mate. I just wanted to think. I thought of something today in thinking about tonight's podcast. I wanted to know and ask the question to anyone out there. If anyone else is seeing spawning activity in their tanks, you know what I mean? Because we saw it. Yeah. We saw it. Just this. It's like, even though, and I mean, Vin, you're doing it over there, and that you're seeing and you can actually kind of manipulate it a little bit too. But it's one of those things, I think, that a lot of people see with corals that come from Australia, even though they've been shipped to the other side of the world. They're in different conditions. If they're in really healthy, condition, they'll trigger, over as well. So it's interesting to see if anyone else is seeing spawning activity in their tanks.
Yeah, that would be good to know. But
Let us know.
what I want to, what I like to say, what I wanted to say, is that we had that spawning in our tank 2 days ago. So 2 days ago, it wasn't the coral, it wasn't the aquapara, and we keep our temperature on purpose on 24. That's why it's so good. So we keep it on 24 all the time. But what you need to understand is back in Germany, right? I didn't have a chiller. So I remember when I had spawning, the clam went crazy and everything. And I had that temperature going up in summer, so you have actually that cycle of heat because it reached 28, sometimes 29 degrees. And we have 29 degrees now. And we have a big shark underneath the boat. There was a big shark underneath the boat. On the sounder. You look at it, it will come back. Anyway, so that's crazy.
Linda, don't swim, Linda. Don't jump in now, Linda.
Linda's right. Send it wrong. That was big. That was big, though. That was big. So anyway.
I'm finished now.
So yeah. Where nobody goes in the dark. I wanted to say, Jules, I hope I have a little bit of light, but there's actually literally no light. And Vincent was saying that they love this. They love moon down. So there's no moonlight, and I need to come back home today, man. Oh, I'm gonna freak out. Anyway.
This is one of the main cues, or one of the main key points, is that obviously the corals are following that lunar cycle, and they're looking for the other cue being the temperature rising. But then at the moment of spawning is when you've got sunset occurred at that particular time when actually moon is down. So you get a period of complete darkness. Now, what happened for the last year, we've been working in Indonesia. We've been spawning Acanthophilia. And actually, we had everything off to a fine tee. Every single month we were turning up in Indonesia and we'd be there for one day. Second day, corals would spawn. And they would go, the second lights are out, they would go 20 minutes after lights out. Every single time. It was just amazing to watch.
Just crazy.
But mate, we turned up 1 month, and as we arrived, the guys had a power cut. All lights went out, complete darkness, and we looked around, and the coral just started spawning. So just that, it had fallen out of synchronicity with what should be happening, but that power cut actually induced spawning. Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we have Cornish Reef on, Robert Müller is on. So hey guys, I can see you. We can't see anybody on the other ones, YouTube and Facebook. But just say hi, and then I'll say hi back. Just one thing, we're on the boat, and if you realize something is a bit, maybe you don't hear us or something, because I'm right now really on the reef on the boat, and I'm running this StreamYard thing over our satellite kind of system from Elon Musk, and that sometimes kind of goes away. So we lost Jules right now. What?
Yeah.
No, I can't see Jules. Right when I said it, we can't see Julian anymore. There he is. Hey, Giuliano.
Sorry, mate. My alarm went off.
Yeah, all good. Way too late, mate. Is that the alarm for this live? I mean, we're like
no,
20 minutes
it
in.
was, but I must have hit a snooze button. I tried to turn it off, but anyway, snooze.
No, all right. No, just joking. So wait, Macmillan is saying something. I had a clam 2 years, and was gaping and looks to be releasing spawn every 20-40 seconds for about 30 minutes, but the clam died next day. Yeah, I guess that wasn't spawn, mate. Maybe, I don't know. It might be something else that Macmillan. I'm sorry you lost that clam, but no, my clam spawned. The big one spawned in that tank quite often, and it never had anything afterwards. But all my corals were suffering. That little eggs, they're like trying to settle everywhere. It was horrible. So yeah, but never had anything. Actually, my clams were fine. So sorry, just interrupted you there. The triggers. Vince, when we talked last time, you said something about chimeras. So you're right now doing like crazy things with coral, don't you? Go, Jules.
Sorry, no, just before we move on to that chimeras, because I'm keen to hear what Vin says about that. But it makes a biological sense, Vin, if when that lights out, if you want to say that, you think about, like, as Esan just showed us that picture of all those like small animals, small fish, other things preying on the larvae.
Yep.
Like, you know, when corals are taking advantage of the ideal time to spawn. And what do they want to do? They want to get their larvae, as many of them as possible, as far as they can get them, you know, across, you know, to recolonize and stuff. So obviously they pick the massive tidal change. So that's one big thing. They pick on moon that gives them the biggest tidal push. And what you said, I never actually didn't know that. But when the lights are out, everyone thinks that the fish and that aren't actually using visual cues. But if they can see the larvae, they'll eat it. You know what I mean? So if they've got the kind of lights out, less visual opportunity to take those eggs and stuff out of the water column, that makes a lot of sense to me as a biologist. That makes heaps of sense.
And good, Jules. Everything is synchronized. So if you were to be in the water tonight, you'd see the bristleworms. They're in your face. They're swimming around. They're also spawning. So they're also taking advantage of the fact that there's this food source out, this fresh food source. So they're spawning at the same time. And likewise, you'll see one of the telltale signs is some of the, like, starfish, the brittle stars. They'll sit on top of the coral waiting for that coral to start to release the eggs. So there's lots of different little cues. And like you say, it's, it's possibly a protective agent. Like you say, the being in darkness gives them that opportunity to get the embryos up to the water surface, fertilize and spread throughout the ocean current, you know?
Yeah.
Linda was saying she saw a lot of bristleworms right now, just coming up.
Yeah.
All of the that's what she should have said right away next to me. One thing
it's like safety. It's safety in numbers. You know, like it's like bull rush. It's like bull rush. Everything goes. Everything's like there's a limit to how much can be eaten by like, you know, whatever part of the food chain. So it's amazing.
We see it in the closed system as well. So in the closed system, we'll see the bristleworms, we'll see the shrimps, flatworms. The amount of flatworms that were coming off and just swimming on the water surface, it's crazy.
Wow,
awesome.
That's funny. So they get away. So because there's so many of other food sources, and then just swim away. So they go to the next coral or whatever. Amina is asking: is the chemical pathway that triggers the spawn well understood at this point? I don't think if there is a real chemical pathway, isn't it? Like not a real chemical. I think hormonal possibly, but chemistry, like if you go like hard sodium and potassium and something, I don't believe there is anything there, because in seawater it's pretty much the same all the time. Like what really changes is that the stuff that Vincent is saying, you know. And I got actually asked today. I got asked from the lady that we got I think we need a light for underwater. So she asked me, why do you do that? What do you want to understand coral spawning? If you like, you know, like you're an aquarium guy, like, aren't you? And I said, no, because that's a good question, isn't it? But I would like to inhibit it in the tank, right? So because it's not a good, like Jules and Vincent are saying, they like corals are really stressed out afterwards. I know that the guys that collect corals here, like Cairns Marine and Monsoon, they won't collect any coral right now. They won't, because they're so stressed out. You take them, like you can't even get them through, right? So it's not possible. And from Dr. Katie, we know too that she is always having a hard time after to keep that coral alive, because you always choose the hardest ones too. So it's always like, Acropora kenti or something. But it's, that's why we want to understand, because in the aquarium you literally do not want that to happen, right? So it's somebody like Vincent wants that to happen, because and we come into this, the benefits of it and what we can reach maybe in future together, and especially Vince with these 22 systems around the world. But that's something different to the hobbyists. The hobbyists shouldn't be aiming for it, and I will do a video and you will see how it looks when because we had spawning like twice now. We had we had our snails gone, I think, at the beginning, and now we have something else.
Yeah, I
gone.
saw
I
him.
think it was
I saw the Trocus. I saw the Trocus that first time actually pushing
gone.
blooms out.
Yeah. So it's nothing we want to have, because you will see the effect on it, on your skimmer, on your filter system. It's just not a good thing. I don't like it. It's good to see, because then it's kind of, oh yeah, I'm doing everything right and I feel really good. But then you're like, okay, and afterwards they don't feel good anymore. It's done. So it's really bad. So I really want to understand how to inhibit it in the moment, and that's kind of new for me, because that's came out with when I was talking to Vincent, kind of about that we should do here for Vince to understand stuff more, and we're doing some work for him here out of the reef, because he needs to know some stuff, and it's good to have that kind of possibility. But what was kind of that focus, there's a shark again. Sorry, there's a shark again. So but the focus the focus sorry, the focus is the temperature focus was pretty kind of cool too, and the next time, if we can, I want to actually run from reef to reef, because Vincent got some corals in the past with where we know which reef it was from, and then take the temperature, see if they what reef goes when and stuff. That was pretty interesting. So the temperature is one thing that I will never let go up over 24 degrees in our tank, and see if I can inhibit coral spawning, and I'll take break some, look if they produce eggs and stuff like that. We also started heavily feeding our corals with something special, so experimental, and it works really well. So but then again, I don't want that to be the reason why they produce eggs, so we need to start talking a bit more, Vincent, from time to time. But that is why I just wanted to let you know. So
on that point of temperature, if you were looking at, say, Lizard Island now in the south, they're probably sat at about 26 degrees tonight. So it's quite some difference. And one of the things that we've actually played around with is we'll collect the seasonal data on temperature, and we can see them big spikes where it goes up to 30 degrees. And that is one of the points where they're going to spawn. But one of the things we've done is we've taken these temperatures, and we know optimally that's not a great temperature for us to be running the aquarium. So what we do, we actually take 2 degrees off every temperature over every month. So we drag everything down. So you'll start off at a lower temperature, and it's that rising temperature that is one of the cues. So obviously evolution has seen, and climate change has seen, the fact that the temperatures are getting hotter and hotter. But if you step back and took the data from 15, 20 years ago, you're going to see that actually all it was a seasonal change. It was just a rise in temperature. So
that makes
in a closed,
great sense.
in a closed system, that gives us a massive advantage actually to be able to control the environment so that it still produces a spawning event, but keeps the coral safe.
Yeah, that's cool. So even like it would be safe to say, even if you have a spawning event in your tank and the temperature went up in summer, maybe do the best thing to cool it down and afterwards, so they can get back to normal, right? That's a very helpful thing. I'll just say hi to Ben Gillespie. Ben is on. Hey, Sunshine Corals is on too. It's good. Good to have some
Hey, Aiden.
Australians on.
G'day,
And he's
Aiden.
on,
How are you,
so Luan is on too. Luan, what are you doing? You can hear me anyway, so it's all right. So he was running that drone pretty good. Good to have a boy that is good in video games. He's really good with it, like just running, not running into corals like his dad. That's bad. Nah, it's good. So yeah, I actually wanted to come back then quickly because I can't run this forever. I think at one point we need to stop today. I will definitely do a video for you guys too because I literally can't do anything right now. Like the only thing I showed you or could show you is honestly that little torch in the water because it's so dark. There's nothing. There's a lot of birds on that little quay right next to us. That's what I hear, but I can't really show you anything. But I will definitely do a video when Linda went in, did videos and stuff. So that will be cool. I want to come back to yes.
Yeah, I know. I was going to say, are those birds nitrate dosing the local area? Yeah,
they're definitely doing nitrate dosing on my
phosphate,
boat too, which makes me angry. Right? You clean the boat afterwards. So a lot of phosphate on my boat, man. No, what I want to say, is that I want to know, and people want to know. I know they want to know about the chimera. The kind of the hybrids you kind of creating. That would be great if you can tell me something about that, Vince. I know you told me already, but tell the guys. That's pretty good.
Sure. So it is something that will happen in nature, but it's extremely rare to see it. So it's about control. So it's about it's about genes and it's about settlement of the coral larvae. So basically, what we will do is let's take, for example, if we take a muricata. So we have a blue one and a green one, and we spawn these corals, and we'll actually take the egg sperm bundles from both sets of parent colonies. We'll then divide out the sperm and egg from each and cross them one to the other. So now you've got mother and parent or mother and father from them corals. So the larvae are then going to end up carrying the gene of, say, the green trait in one and the blue trait in the other. Now, at time of settlement, these larvae are going to swim off in their own direction and go and settle on a substrate and become their own independent coral. But when we do this in captivity and we're allowing the settlement to take place in a small container, the chances are that them larvae are going to settle side by side. Now, when they settle side by side, and because they carry the same genes from the parents, they won't kill each other off. They'll actually fuse together. So now you've got two larvae that have fused together that carry the different genes. So if one's carrying the blue, one's carrying the green, as they grow then as one entity, you get this chimera effect where you get the two colors coming through the same coral.
Oh, nice. I got it. So
you transfer this back to the ocean and you think of the probability that, them parents have created these larvae. These larvae are then going to go off in that big wide open ocean and find a place to settle. The chances are they're going to settle next to another coral and there's going to be fighting going on and one will win, one will grow. The chances of actually two larvae from the same parent set settling together and creating that chimera in the ocean is slim.
Yeah.
So but what's great about this as well for an environmental side of things and something that every practitioner is pushing towards now is to create a heat tolerant and a stronger coral for the future. So by being able to select corals that we have on coral frames that we know might be genetically heat tolerant, we can then start to cross one coral with another heat tolerant coral and create somewhat of a super coral some might want to refer to. But one of the key factors there as well, it seems to have been shown recently that it's the male side that carries that evolution against like the rising sea temperatures and acidity. So where you might cross the two corals, egg and sperm from one and vice versa, it doesn't always transfer. Like if one coral is holding that genetic strain for heat tolerance, it will be the male side of that transfers that across to the female.
Yeah.
So it won't
So it's always-
transfer both ways. Yeah.
It's kind of 50-50. So it ends up in like 50-50. So you're possibly producing 50% really good heat tolerant coral, but 50% might be the weaker one.
Yep.
Only reefs is only reefs. Yeah, only reefs on. That's South Australia. Are you? That's cool.
Mariah.
No worries. Yeah, Mariah is saying thank you for all you guys are doing. No worries, Mariah. I just hope I come back today because it's pitch black and I need to drive the boat home. And I thought I have like a a low light super
sleep
night.
on the.
No, we don't have enough food. I have 2 kids here. We don't have enough food. They will eat me. Danger. I'll work it out. But one thing that is very interesting for I think all the hobbyists that are waiting to hear about is you created, because I know you're a hobbyist. I mean you are even a hobbyist longer than me, right? Like I'm doing it for 32 years now, and you're even doing it longer than me. And I remember I remember this is what I wanted to say. Now everybody knows. So Vince, I remember your tank. I hated your tank because I liked it more than mine. You know, I had it. There was you don't know. In the past there was only Vincent's tank and my tank, and there was always a competition. And Vince, yeah, there was. And Vincent at one point just called me and says, "Oh, Isan, do you know what fish I have?" And first off, I got a pair of feminist dress, right? And I'll call him and say like, "Oh, I have a pair. I'm like a male and a female and a turned." And I told him all the stuff, and then he's like, "Yeah, all right." And next day he's calling me saying, "Oh, Isan, I have 8 of them. I have 8 feminist rests in my tank." So it was always an up and down. I remember.
I'll see your pair and I'll raise an 8.
Yeah, exactly. And he always had that. So I had my clam, and he had this massive gonny, and that's really cool because Mariah that came on, she's a gonny queen here in Australia, right? Mariah, you need to listen to that. That thing was really like triple the size of my head. It was so big, and it was really too big, massive. You remember that thing? It was so good. And then all this feminist rest around it. Oh my god, that was a deep tank too. It was so deep. That was such a beautiful tank. But anyway, that was a pass. So what all these people want to know, because you are an aquarist and you are a very crazy hobbyist, have you done anything color wise that is super crazy? And I know you did. I want you to tell them. So and I know that you said to me, go talk to the Australians to start doing that, and we will. I promise Julian and me will talk to them. But tell us what you did. What crazy color stuff have you done until now?
So we've worked with the millipora. So we've got green and pink running through the millipora.
Nice.
Loripes is another one that produces some lovely graphs, some lovely chimeras. So we've got some purples and greens. And it's nice. Really interesting when you watch them growing. One of these Loripes is growing, it was predominantly green on the left-hand side. And I'd say this frag got to about 50 mil in length and all of a sudden produced a completely purple top. So that gene was running through it, but it didn't express it until like a year into growth.
Yeah.
So you just don't know what's going to come of it as the thing grows.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for all the people that buy the frags and stuff, like in America. They actually buy something green, and then it goes after a year, it goes purple all over.
Yeah.
Which I said, that's cool. That's really cool.
One of these things, we look at the grafted coral. So, some of it I feel is a misconception. Some of it is through it being genetically close. So when you see these grafts, they're actually through chimeras. Okay. And what it might be is that your wholesaler has had a coral come in and just seen this little blip of color inside another coral. So what they do, they actually
Oh,
can fragment that piece out and then grow it so it's growing more 50-50. And they'll actually produce, or they'll grow this chimera on. Or you'll see it done with the Montiporas, where you can put two Monties together and they will
Yeah.
fuse, they will accept each other. And that is because the genes are close enough that they're not
Yeah.
actually fighting each other off. But it's not a case of being able to take any two corals and fuse them together. It's
Yeah.
done in a natural way, as explained through carrying them genes through embryos developing. But we've now done in Indonesia, we've even got a Campophilia that we've got half one colour, half the other.
Wow, that's great. LPS gone. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember when I was in the UK, you showed me the LPS tank where you actually spawned the LPS. That's mad, man. That's really cool. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, I'll just check if there's any other question, because I think your boys are making fun of me, saying, "Don't you have Deliveroo in the ocean?" That's definitely a Thomas. I would say Joel. I don't know. One of them. One of them. No, we don't, mate. We don't. But I can fish. I can fish some and eat it raw. So
You
it's
got
all right.
sushi.
So sushi, exactly. So Cam's with, yeah, great, Steve. Yeah, Cam is happy. Cam is happy. All right, guys. I think
Ben is asking.
oh, what's Ben asking?
When Vince is setting up another reef.
Okay, Vince. Very important question to you. When do you set up the next reef?
It's on its
man.
way. It's on its way.
It's on its
So
way, Ben.
we've actually got fresh live rock arriving in about 2 weeks' time. So we're going to take one of our display tanks and make a fresh reef of it. And
Love
maybe
that.
what we'll do, maybe we'll just take some of the chimeras and stuff and grow the really special bits in it.
That is your only chance to compete it with me,
Well-
because now I'm at the source. You compete. Sorry, compete. Oh, they're laughing about me. Look, they're laughing about me because of my English. That's so bad. Listen, what's going on with you?
Mate,
I'm not going
have you got any?
today.
Have you got any plum liquor there?
Nah, I don't. You don't start that. You don't start that. I will put you in the hotel with the keys. You know, the hotel with the keys with the rhubarb compote, man. That's for you. That's for you. I want to start all this stuff. That's not gonna happen. My God. Oh, that was so bad.
Hey, can I just warn everybody? Don't take everything you say literally. Okay, so there was this competition, and the more I got to know Isan, the more I was like, this guy, I know this Triton stuff is great, but he must have a secret. He's got to have a secret to why his tank looks so good. So, as the friendship built, I'm like, mate, come on, you can tell me what is it you're doing that is that extra little bit that makes your tank so good? And he says, yeah, I'm going to tell you. He said, but don't tell everybody. So I says, yeah. What was it? What is he said? Every night I get naked and I dance in front of my tank. I'm like, yes. So off I went, carried on running Triton, got naked every night, and the tank looks amazing.
That is literally true. That is absolutely true. I remember that. That was so fucking funny. That was so funny. Oh my God. My God. And then from then on, he was laughing about my English and about the English of our mates from Belgium. That was the best thing. Jürgen, yeah, it will be on video. Jürgen Kneppen is on, mate. Jürgen. And that Belgium guy, we were on a road trip to the UK, and Vince was there. And you need to know, Julian, you need to understand, like, Vince is the king of pretending everything is fine, but in himself, he's like dying laughing. He's dying laughing, and he keeps it like for 10 minutes in himself, and then you realize you really said something bad, right? Like really something like plum liquor, right? And then he was saying, like, I'm going. He wanted to say, I'm going back to the car to sit in there. So he said, I'm going to shit in the car. And Vince is like, oh, please don't do that. like like really dry, like as dry as you can. And nobody was like, it takes like 5 minutes. You know, it was so good. Oh, that time was so good.
This is we're referring to a great guy called Robert Wast,
Yeah,
the diving butcher, and
Yeah.
we
I know
took
Rob.
a good friend of ours, Ollie. He used to run Krispy Kreme.
Oh yeah.
So we took Robert to Krispy Kreme, the donut place, and Robert sat there and
And
we
Luke.
spoiled him. We got all these donuts, and Robert turned around and he went, "Man, I never realised there was so many species of donut."
I remember that.
Linda remembers that too. She said, that was a great time. Vince, you need to come and visit us, mate. We need to come. You need to come and visit us. It's not going to work like this. So we'll set up we will set up an aquarium connections like spawning system here. I'm so sure we'll do that. And then you need to come and set it up. All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Let's do this because
Give
and
you a
then we do it
reason,
live
mate.
again.
Give you a reason.
Yeah, it will be. He's doing it anyway just to go around and have fun. You know, he's putting all this stuff up in the Maldives and here and there. He's not coming here. Who needs Australia when you can go to the Maldives, mate? It's crazy. 6 cents, I just say. It's absolutely mad. But hey, we came a long way, mate. It's good. Triton went good. Aquarium Connections really good. I love it. I think we should just keep going. I think you should just keep going and, you know, not making fun about me anymore, because I'm Australian soon, so I speak Australian, which is my kids will make fun of me. So don't worry about it. And then come over. Well, it'll be really great, mate.
It's great. Hey, Vin, it's great to hear about all your success with the spawning lab, mate. That's awesome. You got that many set up, and actually, when you were talking about it, I was going to say, to me, that's the best thing about, or from a scientific perspective, you got replication. You got so much replication of the method that you're running, the system you've got. You know, you've got it all dialed in, and that just makes everything so much easier. It's perfect.
Yeah, it is. We need to say, keep going, mate. It's important work. Also important for the hobby because we get all the crazy colors. Everyone loves it. But mate, keep going and get your tank going. The competition is on, mate. You don't have a chance. You don't have a chance.
The good news is now we're actually taking fragments from corals we spawned 2 years ago. Cammy's working the frags, you know, so you'll be able to buy soon frags of spawn corals.
Yeah, that is great.
Awesome.
That is, yeah. I was in America on a talk in I think in Orlando and in California, and I said no coral here. They're all wild corals, right? And I said, there's only a few that wouldn't be wild, but you can't buy them here. And I was talking about your corals, because your corals are literally not wild anymore. They are truly tank raised, you know, from the start. That's very special. That is a very special thing. Congratulations, mate. You did great.
Thanks,
you don't have you'll never have a better tank than me, but you did it good. That's you can't, mate. It's I came here just us. Yeah. I came here. I sold my soul
and
you know, put my family through hard, just to achieve it, just to make it work. And I can say that you will never ever beat me again. So good, man. So good. Now just joking.
Competition's on, mate. Competition's on.
Mate. So it was always the heat. All right. All good. Okay, guys. Thank you, Vincent. Thank you for your time on a Sunday, mate. That's great. I will start running this drone again a little bit, because I think they're probably now getting really crazy because it's even darker than before. And like you said, it's time now. I think I get in there, try to get some video footage with that drone, and try to avoid the shark that is under the boat. And then yes, and I actually could show you a little bit around, but that's kind of, I can do that whenever. You know, it's not the time now. Maybe daytime would be better. And yes, and thank you guys, everybody, for the questions and joining. And yes, it will be there. Some people asking because of the video. Yeah, it will be wrapped up as a video soon, and I'll put it out also for the Americans that are still sleeping. And yes, thank you, Vince. I will always do that again, mate. And if you join in, that would be great. You know, from time to time, I'll possibly give you a call. Come on, okay, and tell us the newest stories. Okay. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Julian, for your Sunday evening too.
Thanks, mate.
And
Good
I
to
will
see you,
wrap this
Vin.
up now.
Yeah, and you,
Good to
Jules.
see you, mate.
Peace and thank
We'll
you.
catch up soon. Hopefully.
All right, mate, you
Regards
need
to
to come
invest.
now. You need to come over, bro. You need to come over.
Definitely.
Okay.
Definitely.
I'll
Take care,
I'll
guys.
switch. Take care, mate. I'll switch it off
Thank
now.
you.
Take care.
Yeah.
Take care,
Take care,
everybody.
mate.
Thank you. Thank you
Bye-bye.
for joining. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye.